St Petersburg, Florida, off of 26th Street, I think. Home Depot, right across the street. I assume here's your pylon sign. This is going to be the entrance in here. Plenty of customer parking. As you walk in, currently the building is 50 feet wide by approximately 100 feet long. You do have a post that's right in the middle that's 20 feet from the front, that very decorative post, and it's approximately 30 feet from left wall to the center of that post. So we have a couple different options. The bathrooms are against that rear wall, which is 40 feet away. So one of the options that we could do is basically just knock out that whole rear wall and build a wall just in front of that decorative post, or if you want the decorative post in the showroom on the other side, to create a 50 by 20 foot showroom. Or another thought I had is build the wall from just in front of the showroom all the way across, which will give you a 40 by 30 showroom, and then the bathrooms become in the showroom as opposed to out in the middle of the warehouse, and then we just demo the rest of that. If you do it that way, then I'd put an office, maybe a 15 by 10 office, and the office would have some of the glass as opposed to bringing the warehouse all the way to the front. I'll draw it up both ways. As you can see, it's real high suspended ceilings, 13.5 feet. It's got marble tile that would have to come out. All the tile would have to come out. Obviously all this stuff will be moved. All the tile along the walls will be stripped off. Depending on which way we go, whether this wall comes out or not. As I said, you have two bathrooms. There's no lights in it. They both appear to meet ADA in terms of sizing. One would come off the showroom if you go vertical. This is the warehouse. It's got a suspended ceiling that has to come out. On the other side, I went and looked. It's got an extremely high ceiling. It's roughly about 30 feet to the top, and then it slopes down to about 15 feet. But you'd be able to pick up a tremendous amount of ceiling height by gutting all this. There's a bathroom that opens up into the warehouse area. This has vinyl tiles. I'd have to talk, not sure if we'd have to strip these up. My guess is these will have to be stripped up. You do have a loading issue. This little pad has raised, so this would have to be fixed. The landlord said he'd take care of that. My understanding is that this is a as-is deal. And then as far as the semi-loading and unloading, you can see they've got a semi in here. I don't see any issues with it. They share the loading dock, but they only get a couple trucks a week in. And basically the semi backs into here. You use that as a leveler, and then the high-low can go in and out of the semi. You do have an existing 12-foot door. There's approximately 28 feet in here if you did want to bring a yard ramp, but I'm not sure that I see a need for needing a yard ramp. Customers would come around here. It's kind of a big circular. Customers come around here to get their wood loaded and then just scoot right out that way. So I know there was some concerns about the semi-loading and unloading, and again, as long as that dock is not used all the time, I don't see any issues. This existing office in here gets demoed. The phone system is brought in the rear right-hand corner of the building, as you can see. It's got plenty of electrical power, 150 amp and 100 amp box. It is individually metered already. Currently there's 2 5-ton rooftop units. And what's nice about it is if we split it going vertical, the rooftop, systems are, the split systems rather, not rooftops, but the 5-ton split systems are split, so we'd be able to basically utilize one system for the showroom. And that's basically the story here in St. Petersburg. It's a nice spot. I talked to the landlord about permitting, and he indicated that St. Petersburg's a little bit tough. I asked him, this wall, I said, well, can we, it's basically a big demo job and throw up a wall, and he said, well, that's how that wall got up. So I think we can get in here and get this thing knocked out fairly quickly. Kind of just do a little walk around to this space again. Just kind of, if you imagine, nice high ceiling, and yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to kind of step next door so you can kind of get a feel for how high the ceiling will go. It's really nice. I mean, you'd be able to stack, just pop in over here. This is wide open. You can kind of get a feel for how high that ceiling goes. And you can kind of see that's the separation wall, so it goes up 30 feet before it starts slanting down. And that's it from